There seems to be a lot of updates coming to the public test branch lately in Path of Titans, where I have to make one of these overview videos for what's new on there every week, which is pretty cool. Anyways, there's some updates to Panjura, Gondwa, and some smaller dinosaur updates as well that I'll be talking to you all about today, and showcasing some very important Gondwa biome changes in a little cinematic trailer at the end. If you are new, feel free to subscribe, but other than that, let's just get right into it. Dinosaur updates are few and far between at the moment over the last couple weeks. Now this is over the last 10 days. Since the 20th of March, we've seen some updates coming. There's actually been quite a few updates here. If I just get them all on the screen now, it's really interesting to know how much they're actually updating the PTB. But at the moment, the updates seem to be getting smaller and smaller. However, let's just showcase and talk about some of these dinosaur updates. So, updated Amargasaurus headbutt icon, updated Thalassodromeus land runner ability icon as well. They both look pretty nice. The balanced tail description has been changed for all dinosaurs. Here is what it is now, and yeah, it's nice that they've changed that. The stampede ability is now 2.5% increase to the stats it affects, which is a change from 5%. Now do bear in mind, this is a stackable ability, so it is better that it does lower when you're doing it just on the cuff. When you're doing it together, that's when it needs that buff. Latin Venatrix and Kaiwekia's scavenger abilities descriptions have been updated as well. They've added a required tag for in group to Lambio's heal call ability, so you have to be in group to be able to do this, which was already the case, which is a shame. You won't be able to heal yourself. Knockback will cancel input velocity while active, and finally they've added a coming soon to unavailable store bundle creatures. This is basically for Hatzegopteryx and Uranosaurus. If you go to their store pages now, instead of just showing a blank thing when you select them, it says in big text coming soon, which obviously for the people who didn't know they were coming soon, now they know that they're coming soon. As you can see, it's not the biggest of updates here. I think the biggest updates here are the changes to the icons, the changes to the stampede ability, and of course the coming soon icon for the upcoming dinosaurs, because obviously it just means that they're coming soon, and that's pretty much that. Now we're going into some interesting updates because it's to do with Panjura. I'm genuinely surprised with these because Panjura has received some important updates, and there is actually quite a few important updates. It's mainly to do with the mini-map as well as the map's visual changes like the level of detail and the faraway objects rendering. So let's just go over what has changed. They've added Panjura distant landscape level of details, increased the draw distance of distant landscape level of details, updated Panjura's minimap, updated Panjura distant mountains, so the distant mountains are basically the stuff that are out of the map's border. It showcases the same on Gondwa as well. They've updated Panjura map border textures as well, and slightly lowered Panjura max level boundary height too. What I want to point out here is the max level boundary height and the level of detail stuff is important to note, because Panjura doesn't have flyers at the moment, but lowering the max level height for Panjura and increasing the faraway level of details indicates that they're probably preparing to introduce flyers to the Panjura map, which is what they done before Gondwa was fully released with flyers and aquatics as well, so do bear that one in mind. The distant level of details and everything to do with the minimap is quite important, and we're going to showcase that in game anyway, so let's just hop into Panjura and have a look at these and show them off. So hello, I am on Panjura right now. It's a long time no see for this map because I have not been on this one for absolutely ages. Now, the big important thing that I want to point out is the minimap. You can already kind of see on the minimap itself it's changed, but if you want to look at the actual map, it has changed a ton. It's so much more detailed now compared to before. I'm going to put a before picture of the Gondwa map change, or the Panjura map changes now. The mini-map, the old one, this is it on the screen, and the new one, of course, is the one that I've got on the screen right now. You can see all the detail. Areas that weren't even on the map now are on the map, like the hot springs there and there. as well as some other areas as well. This is really good because this map kind of didn't have much detail before, and now it's got quite a bit of detail now, and you can see every nook and cranny, every massive hill, and all that jazz that you need to know about on this map, and as well as some of the craters and all that jazz. It's very, very nice to see. Now, there are some other changes to the Panjura map, which are quite interesting to talk about. The faraway level of detail has been changed. So if I were to run over there ahead, you can see that you can kind of see further and it renders in a bit sooner. And the reason why you see further but they're not as intense on the level of detail is because they're updating the level of detail itself. So you can kind of like see that level of detail as you're going through, and it progresses as you get closer, so you don't risk like lagging or anything like that. I also want to point out they changed the admin panel here. It looks really weird. I'm not a big fan of that, but you can also zoom in like that, which is pretty interesting. But I'm going to just go into spectator and showcase the other thing that changed. The mountains in the distance have become more detailed. Now, of course, you cannot actually get to these mountains. If I were to try and just fly straight ahead to them, you won't be able to get to them. And you can also see the effects of this level of detail coming into play here. It's kind of like when you're flying around as a flyer on the Gondwa map. But yeah, the mountain here has changed quite significantly. It's quite an important one here that it has changed because it looks a lot nicer now. Another thing that we're going to be flying towards to showcase is the actual update to the map border as well, because it looks like it's actually coming up right now. We're at Grassland Lake, an area I haven't been to in a while. Before, I think the map border was red. It still is red. So they have kind of updated it. The red is smaller. Like, the squares aren't as big, and it kind of feels a lot nicer. But when you look there, you can see the snowy mountains and everything. They're a lot more detailed now, which is really, really nice. And that's everything I really wanted to point out about the Panjura map changes. It's interesting that this is getting some love. I'm very happy to see the mini-map change, because that mini-map looks absolutely beautiful. Anyways, let's just go ahead and showcase the other stuff, the other updates. The first one is with Gondwa. And finally, we have some Gondwa updates, and following this Gondwa update to showcase, we will also be going to have a look at it's in-game with a nice cinematic trailer like I always do. So let's talk about these updates, because there are quite a few stuff, and there are several biome changes as well, which are quite important to talk about. So they've updated Gondwa's environment sounds slightly, added a small pond to dark woods and other minor TLC work in progress to the area, created beach dune grass material for reeds, created new material for coral rocks for use as riverbank and sand dunes, fixed beaches at the volcano beach looking off on mobile and switched, TLC to Snake Gully River heading north, gave hoodoo jumping puzzle rocks a unique darker brown material, miscellaneous minor map bug fixes to Gondwa, miscellaneous minor river improvements to Gondwa, and fixes to the Rainbow Hills. Now, it's important to note, because I really want to point out, what are the hoodoo jumping rock puzzle rock? Are they just the rocks, the hoodoos themselves? Because otherwise they'd just call them hoodoos. Are we going to get an event that's like a hoodoo jumping event kind of quest or something? But anyways, we do have some updates that are coming to some biomes. Rainbow Hills, Dark Woods, and Snake Gully all are getting some nice love here, and we're just going to go ahead and showcase them all in a cinematic trailer. So let's just go ahead, get right into it, and showcase this all off in a mini trailer. Let's get it. And there we have it. That's everything that I wanted to talk about today. Let me know your thoughts about all of this in the comments down below. It looks really cool, the Gondwa updates that are coming. Now, I'm not sure what to think about the Rainbow Hills update, because I quite like seeing the big rocky outcrops in Rainbow Hills, and in some areas they're not there anymore, which is quite unfortunate. But it's nice to see that Panjura's getting love as well. Anyways, let me know your thoughts about all of this in the comments down below, because I'd love to know what you think. And yeah, everybody, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next one. Have a great day. Peace.